Hello, it's some dust or something. I'm here today with Skyla, my Metriacanthosaurus, because the Metri might just be my favorite playable dinosaur in Path of Titans, and I wanted to make a showcase to kind of show you why that's the case. To start off, let me give kind of a general overview of this dino. You are a medium-sized carnivore, somewhere between like a conch and an aloe in size. You are pretty freaking fast. You have a speed of, if I remember correctly, 1150, which is faster than a lot of things. It's actually kind of funny how many things you're only 50 points higher than as far as speed is concerned. You're 50 points higher than Aloe, 50 points higher than Thyra, I think 50 points higher than Meg. And that's, of course, if you're running a completely default build on both ends. So you are faster than a majority of the game. Unlike the Aloe, the Styra, and the Meg, however, you have awesome stamina. If you look down, you can see my stamina is not draining that fast. Like, not fast at all, actually. And then when I stop, it starts refilling pretty quick. So the stamina on this guy is actually good. It is exactly twice the stamina pool of the Meg, but with a way lower drain. You are not very tanky as a Metriacanthosaurus. Your HP is something like 550 if I remember right, and your weight is on the lower end. It is heavier than something like a conch, but definitely nowhere near any of the sub-apexes, lower than a lot of the mid-tiers. So you're kind of squishy. Although, I gotta say, I've been playing the conch a lot lately, and after switching to the Metri, I've been pretty surprised by the punishment this thing can take. You know, obviously, it's not going to want to take too much, too many big hits or anything, but you'd be surprised by what you can get away with as the Metri. So on top of the speed and the stamina, you also have a pretty tight turning radius, really tight turning radius actually, and a pretty decent jump. So let's take all that into account. You're a fast dino with good stamina, a decent jump, good turning radius, and you can kind of take a hit here and there. Well, that makes you a fantastic escape artist. I can't tell you how many situations I've gotten away from mixed packers, I've gotten away from big herds, just because this thing is so good at evading things. And as if that wasn't enough, your bite, your default attack, that one right there, inflicts venom, which is the same effect that Meg does, which drains the stamina of whatever you hit. So, if something can outstam you or outspeed you, you use that turn radius to get a few hits on them, and then you bolt. You are just incredible at getting away from things. And because you have a venom draining bite, or a stamina draining venom bite, because you have that stam, because you have that speed, you are, in my opinion, one of the best group dinos in the entire game. Nothing is going to get away from your group as long as you have a vigilant Metri on standby. And as a side note, I think this is also one of the best starter dinos. This was my first dinosaur, and it was the first one I ever grew to adult. So maybe it's the nostalgia, maybe I'm a little sentimental, but for the most part, I've never regretted starting with Metri. I think this thing is just a phenomenal beginner dino as well. So, good group dino, good escape artist, good beginner dino. Let's get into it. Starting with the kit, I already showed you the bite. Drain stamina, you also have a tail whip, and a claw attack. So it runs the exact same way as the Aloe and as the Suko, except of course that bite inflicts venom, and the claw attack, sorry, wrong button, that's your big damage dealer. Not only is this thing, it hits wide, so you'll have an easier time hitting smaller targets with it, but that's your big damage dealer. The general rule of thumb that I use when playing Metri is if something can outspeed or outstam you, start with the bite until it's worn out, and then finish it off with the claw attack. However, if you're facing something that maybe can't outspeed or outstam you, just skip that and go straight for the claw attack. And using that tight turn radius, if anything's chasing you, you turn, you hit it with your tail as you're turning, you get right behind it, you're back in the fight. Super easy. Now, because of your lightweight, you're not going to do a ton of damage to bigger dinos, and that could be a turnoff for some people when deciding what to play. But as I said, as far as group dinos are concerned, this thing is great. You can fight a lot at the mid-tier as a Metri once you get some practice in. It's just a fantastic all-around dinosaur. So let's go into the abilities. I already showed off the Venom Bite, the Claw Attack, and the Tail Attack. That is all you get. For Metabolism, you only have Hyper Carnivore. For Hide, you have Standard and you have Lightweight. So Standard is what I stick with, mostly because I don't want to give up any turning radius. However, if you want to run Lightweight, that's fair too. You're not really going to be trying to tank anything anyway as a Metri. So if you wanted to trade that defense, that's fine. Like I said, I mostly don't because I prefer having this. I've fought Metris that run a Lightweight Hide, and it's pretty easy to outturn them. So, yeah, that's kind of the deal with the Metri. You're just a fast, agile little dude. You've got a jump that actually will help you get out of a lot of situations that maybe you don't want to be in. I've defied death so many times as this girl, it's insane. And with all that being said, I guess we'll get into the calls and animations here, starting, of course, with the broadcast. Then we've got the heart call, the aggro, the alert, the low call. Now for the animations, we've got a shake it off and a look around. Pretty normal stuff there, nothing too crazy. The skins is where the Metri, I think, really starts to shine. And yeah, you're seeing this correctly. I have every single skin, and I have them all completely unlocked on official with my Metri. That is how much time I put into this dino. Like I said, it was my very first. So, I love it. Here's your default. Your monitor. Poison dart. Leopard seal. Banded. Streaked. Stalker. Masked. Grooved, albino, melanistic, and so that's the Metriacanthosaurus. What more can I say? You are a super solid mid-tier, one that I think leads the pack as far as group dinos are concerned, as far as beginner dinos are concerned, and one that, in the right hands, I think can punch up quite a bit. All in all, this is just a very fun dinosaur. Definitely the one I've put the most time into in this game, and the one I continue to get a lot of joy out of. So, hopefully this convinces you to give the Metriacanthosaurus a shot for yourself. I cannot recommend it enough. Thank you all so much for watching, and have a great day.